Hi student, I am Asit Tiwari, SSC teacher, and the lesson which is going on you know very well, the lifeline of the national economy. In this lesson we are continue the topic which is the waterways, and this is the second lecture of the waterways. So student, this is very important topic for all of you. So student, we will see some basic knowledge or information about the India geography. So student, you can see well, this is the land boundaries, and this land boundary, the length of this land boundary is 15,200 kilometer. And second thing is that very important, the coastal boundary which start from Rann of Kutch to the West Bengal, the length of this boundary is 7,516.6 kilometer. So this is a contrast. So student, you can see well, this is the coastal boundaries length, and that is very important for the foreign trade, because in this coastal boundaries there are 12 major seaport of India, and their role are very important for the processing of the foreign trade, international trade from these points, and these are the outlet for the world trade also. So student, these are very important you will say point for the Indian main trade. Student, these are the coastal boundaries which I have, which is also divided into the two parts. What is called the Western Ghat, and second is called the Eastern Ghat. Western Ghat, which are the continuous series of the hills, this is known as a Western Ghat, and this continuous series of the hills is known as a Eastern Ghat. These Western Ghat are higher than the Eastern Ghat. That is very important things. You have seen many of the rivers which are moving across the Eastern Ghat, and many of the river also joining to the Bay of Bengal. Only few rivers we have seen, Narmada and Tapi, and so many very less river which move to the Arabian Sea. So this is very important topics. And very important thing, say Rann of Kutch to the Rann of Khambat or Gulf of Khambat. This is the first part of the Western Ghat, and that is called the Konkan coast, from the Rann of Kutch to the Gulf Khambat or Khambat of Gulf. So this is known as a Konkan coast. And second part of the Western Ghat is from the Khambat to the Goa, that is called the Kannada coast or the Karavari coast. Third coast where from the north part of the Karnataka to the South Kerala, that is known as a Malabar coast. These are the three parts of the coast, and you should know it very carefully. Then eastern part, eastern coast has the two only the division. First is called the Northern Circle, from the West Bengal to the Andhra Pradesh, and from Andhra Pradesh to the Tamil Nadu. This is called the Coromandel coast. So this is the basic information, and all of you should know about it. So student, we will see some other information about the student, this is the first major port of India. It is the Kandla port. It is in the Gujarat at the corner of Rann of Kutch. That is very important things. It is in the Kutch district of Gujarat also. Why this port is become very important? Because this port was constructed after the handed over the port to Pakistan. It was the Karachi port. Karachi port was there. So Kandla port was developed after the place of Karachi port, and this port had a lot of pressure on the Indian trade. So student, this port was developed after the freedom, and this port handle the foreign goods, foreign trade, especially the import and export of the greenery, and it also control the industrial belt of India in these states: Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab is there, Rajasthan and Gujarat. These are the few states which are controlled by it. So this is very important port of India. So student, this is very important. This is very important port of India. So student, our next port is the Mumbai port. It is the biggest port of India with a spacious and natural harbour also, and it is a well sheltered harbour also, because this port is used to transport the bulky goods, heavy goods, as well as it is used for the navy, and where the passenger ship also you'll say started to move to the other countries. So this is very important port of India. After the Mumbai port, the next port is the Jawaharlal Nehru port. It is there, and it is at the Nehru Seva as a hub port. It work as a hub port. Hub means it work as a center port of this region. Second, it decongest the pressure on the Mumbai port, means it reduce the pressure. If the pressure is faced by the Mumbai port, then this port reduce the pressure on the Mumbai port. So this become very also important. After the Jawaharlal Nehru port, we will reach to the Marmagao port. It is at the Goa, and it is become very important because it is the kind of port which is told as a premier exporting of the iron ore. It is told as a premier exporting of the iron ore from this port, and nearly 50% of the iron ore is exporting of India from this port. That is very important things. After the Marmagao port, we will reach to the New Mangalore port. It is at the north of the Karnataka, and this port export iron ore from the Kudremukh mine. Kudremukh mine, it is there in the Karnataka regions and some parts of the South Maharashtra region, where the Kudremukh mine, where the iron ore is transported to the ship by the help of pipeline in the form of slurry. Slurry is a procedure to supply the solid goods into the form of liquid, and then it is supplied to the New Mangalore port, where it export to the other countries. That is very important part. After the New Mangalore port, we are reaching to the Kochi port. Kochi port, it is the extreme of the western coast of India, and it is very important port because this port is located at the entrance of lagoon. Lagoon is a kind of lake which is formed due to the separation by the ocean water and the river water, which is reaches there, but due to the separation of the ocean water, this river water stored there. So this type of the lake is known as a lagoon lake, and this lake mostly are called the salty water lake. So this you will say natural, it is also called the natural harbors, because it was you will say constructed not by the man-made possibilities. So these ports are very important. So student, I hope you are understanding well. So student, this is the Tuticorin port. It is a natural harbor. Natural harbor means it was made not by the man-made possibilities. It is has a rich hinterland and handle the large variety of cargo ship, and it also deal the trade with the Sri Lanka and the Maldives, and it has a large variety of the cargo ship. Cargo ship means the kind of ship which are used to transport the container or heavy bulky material. After the Tuticorin port at the east coast, then Chennai port become very important port of India, because it has a it is the oldest artificial port of India, ranked second after the Mumbai port. If you compare it with the terms of the value, so it ranked with the second positions in the country in terms of trade and volume of cargo ships. That is very important things, because it is very important part of India also. After the Chennai, it is a very important port of India. After Chennai, Visakhapatnam port, and it is the deepest landlocked and well protected port. Means where the heavy ships, large ships can be linger there, and this port become very important because it is the main outlet of the exporting of iron ore. That is very important thing, because this port export the iron ore, especially the hematite iron from the Belladilla mines. You know very well Belladilla mines. It is in the southwest part of the Chhattisgarh. So it export the iron ore to the Japan and North Korea. These are the two importer country of India's iron ore. That is very important things. After the Visakhapatnam Paradip port, it is at the Odisha, and it is very important port because it is the specialized in exporting of iron ore. That is very important thing. Means it has a long experience of the specialization of the exporting of the iron ore, and in such a way this port become very important port of India. After the Paradip Kolkata port, it is a riverine port. Means it is made by the rivers of the Brahmaputra and Ganga rivers. This is a Brahmaputra river, and this is a Ganga river, and there the riverine port is working, and as it is working parallel with the Kolkata port. So it is has a rich hinterland of Ganga and Brahmaputra. Hinterland means the remote areas which is made by the rich rivers basin system, and it is also a tidal port of India also. After the Kolkata port, the very important port of India, and it is the student, it is a Haldia port. It is a subsidiary port of India because it reduces the pressure on Kolkata port. So this port is a equal parallel with the Jawaharlal Nehru port, because Jawaharlal Nehru port and Haldia port both have the same kind of the features. Both are reducing the pressure of the other port, such as Jawaharlal Nehru port is reducing the pressure on the Mumbai port, and Haldia port which is reducing the pressure on the Kolkata port. So student, hope you are understanding well all these lecture, and that is very important thing which I want to tell. All these video lectures which you are listening, you must go through the practice in the maps, and very important things, the map related question can be very compulsory, and it may appear in the board exam, and in the forthcoming session MCQs will be based on this lesson, because this lesson is very important lesson of the geography. So student, I hope you are enjoying the lesson, and we will complete the lesson with the other topics. So student, thank you for it to listening.